Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. So in this one I am creating a page in the large craft journal. It's one that's the reverse of a cutout page that I did, where I altered the shape and size of the page on the left. And this idea for this page fitted perfectly with the space that I'd got left. So I'm starting off by adding some matte medium onto my page. I don't have any clear gesso, and I really just wanted to kind of seal the page a little bit before I started. So I've gone in with some matte medium. Start off, kind of acts the same as clear gesso, not quite as brilliant, but works well enough really. And next I am just adding in some white on white collage tissue paper. So these are from Dina's older sets of collage tissue paper, and I'm just putting some of these on here to break up the background. So this is one of those occasions where I've kind of got an idea of what I want to do, and I'm going to be using one of Megan Quinlan's stencils from one of her first stencil releases, and it's one with the wave shapes on. My absolute favourite. I love the ocean, the sea, anything to do with the coast. So and this journal page really was something that I needed to get out of my system, something that had happened, and so often the case for me with my art journaling, it is me journaling things out that are on my mind, that have upset me or that have happened. So I'm okay, by the way, don't worry. There's nothing to worry about. But yeah, so this page definitely had a very significant meaning. So this stamp that I'm using here is one of my release from Funky Fossil. It's one that I designed. So this is my handwriting on an alphabet stamp. I do still have some of my first release available on my website, and very soon there will be, on the 29th of December 2022, there is going to be a new release as well, of a second lot of goodies coming from me from Funky Fossil. So I've used that stamp and with some white acrylic paint, and then I'm using my wavy line stencil, which is also available on my website, and just adding some marks onto the background. So I'm building up the different patterns and textures and colours in my background before I go in and add the wave shapes over the top. So I've used a bit of ocean, a bit of, that might even be night, I think, and turquoise, just to get some sort of sea type colours onto my page to get started. This is also another one of my stencils. This one was Journal Marks, I think it was called, or Dots and Dashes. No, it was Dots and Dashes. Yeah, again available on my website. So this is Megan's stencil with the giant wave shapes on. Fabulous. And I am using some peacock. Is it peacock? No, I lie, it is ocean. And I'm using a blending tool to get that paint onto my page. And here I'm just going to extend that wave right down to the bottom of my page. And I'm just using the blending tool to do that job. It works perfectly well. So then I'd give that a dry and then start on the next one. So I'm just going to be overlapping and layering wave on wave, basically, so that there's lots of different sizes, shapes and colours of waves on this page, and building up the interest in that background. So here I'm going in with marine, and again I'm going to stencil the wave shape and then pull the shape right down to the bottom of the page. Okay, so again that got dried before I went in with the next wave. I'm just going to repeat this process using different colours, turquoise and white, and just building up the variety of shapes and colours in those waves. Okay, so once I was happy with the waves, I'm then going in with my Signo Uniball and just sketching round these waves in quite a loose, sketchy way, just to kind of help pull those out a bit, define the shapes a little bit better. And you can see I'm just keeping my lines quite loose. So the Signo Uniball is a brilliant white pen. It works fantastically, especially if your background is dry. If it's at all not completely dry, then you might find that the pen will be a little bit temperamental. And so in one or two places on this page, the pen is not really behaving brilliantly, but I'm not particularly bothered about that. It doesn't matter. I love the fact that some of the waves, you can kind of still see the background through them a little bit as well. And it just helps to add to that interest and that mixed media look really of the whole page. So once I've done that, I'm then getting out my Journal Marks stamp set, and I'm going to be using the little signature dots that were on there with an archival ink in a sort of marini blue colour, and just stamping some dots on, just starting to break up that image that's there a little bit and add a bit more interest in a few places. And then I'm using the same stencil from Megan, and I'm just adding the little sort of rainbow type shape, the scallop shapes onto some of the waves as well. I'm using that postcard just to mask off the area where I don't want the shapes to go, just so that they don't interfere with anything else on my page or accidentally go on one of the other waves where I don't want them to be. So just starting to build the interest really. Here I'm just going in with a white Posca pen and just softening the tops of those waves a little bit. So I'm drawing it and then smudging it with my finger in the direction that I want the line to travel. And you can see that just really softens the top of those waves. So now I'm going in and stamping some white circles using white acrylic paint. And this is just a tube that I think a paintbrush came in. And I'm just stamping those onto my page. And you notice I had to wipe one away there. It didn't quite stamp properly, or I smudged something, or I don't know. But because the paint was wet, it was easy to get rid of the mistake. And then some white splatters. Splatters are fabulous for just breaking up little spaces, adding that kind of artsy feel to your work as well. Just be careful not to decorate yourself at the same time. And then I decided I wanted to add like a little bit of shadow to some of the sides of the wave. So this is just, it's a pit marker pen, and I'm just going in and actually I think it's a Tombow marker. I'm just adding a little bit of shadow, not really thinking about it, probably not really doing it very accurately. I'm definitely not only putting it on one side, I'm just doing it wherever I feel like really. So yeah, and then it's time for my words. So this is the quote that sums up what this page is about for me. Stand up for what you believe is right, even if it causes waves. It's not always an easy thing to do. Sometimes it's what you've got to do. So then you see I'm just using my Posca pen and going in and just making some parts of those letters a bit bolder and making them a bit thicker so they stand out a bit more. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create this very wavy page using Megan's stencil and lots of my products from Funky Fossil, which are available on my website artjournallove.com. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.